Hey guys, what's up? Today we have a game between Luthier and Pohjis for the World Cup Pokemon. I brought you guys Luthier's last game, but he lost pretty unfortunately, and I don't think it was the most fair representation of him as a player because he got beat pretty badly, so therefore, I wanted to bring you guys another game with him. He's also a friend of mine, and before we get into the game, I also want to say Luthier himself is uploading a lot onto YouTube right now. Definitely check his channel out. He's at 206 subscribers. Let's get him all the way up to 1,000, guys. He's doing some amazing stuff. He also has a really sick thumbnail game, better than my game for sure. But my thumbnail game has been buffed by my man Kodo. He's been doing all sorts of stuff for me. I couldn't express my appreciation enough. So huge shout out to him. He's so talented, guys. So if you've seen these World Cup thumbnails looking super slick, don't be like, yo, Finch, you're the GOAT. No. My man Kodo, he's the GOAT. Definitely a huge shout out to him. Anyway, we're going to pause for a second because this is going to be a doozy. And then we're going to get into team preview real quick. Alright, anyway, so we're seeing a really cool series of picks by Luthier here. First and foremost, he's using Chandelure, which is not a particularly common Pokemon in the context of the SSE metagame. In fact, it was used sporadically in the pre-DLC metagame during SPL, where people used it as a Choice Specs Ghost type, but nowadays it seems to be used a lot less than things like Dragapult and Gengar, and also, it and Aegislash have just kind of been booted off to the curb, which is pretty unfortunate. So Luthier making use of it here after losing to it a couple days ago, which you can also find on my channel, is really interesting. And seeing Pokemon like Chandelure thrive in this metagame, really cool. He's also using Blissey, which can work as a bootleg Chansey with heavy-duty boots, so it has more of a pivot feel to it, especially with in conjunction with Teleport, which could help open the game up for things like potential Calm Mind, Clefable, any sort of Zeraora, and of course Chandelure as well, if it's heavy-duty boots especially, because heavy-duty boot scores, you can't go wrong with them. Anyway, as for Pohjis, he also has a pretty creative Pokemon on his team, Gastrodon, which you don't see a ton. It does really well against things like Rotom Heat, Zeraora. It could even tank Volt Switches from Magearna, which is great, considering that on his team he's kind of got a good core against opposing Magearna. But yeah, looking at the matchup, I'd say that Chandelure from Luthier is the main way to actually break through the team. It's probably going to be a longer game, though. Both have regenerated Pokemon in their cores and Tox Specs in conjunction with Magikarp Pokemon like Clefable, and I also have Mandibuzz as a durable defogger. So yeah, looking at Pohjis' team just right off the bat, you could tell it's going to be a Stealth Rock Clefable, it's the only Stealth Rock user, and you could tell it's probably going to be a Specs or a Shift Gear version of Magearna, although Specs seems more likely because it needs breaking power. I think it's Specs Magearna, and it's going to be Speed Control with Dragapult, so it'd be Specs. It's probably going to be a U-turn set, though. It's not going to be like Dragon Dance. It doesn't make much sense in this team. And yeah, the Pex and the Gastrodon sets, just bulky water sets, recovery move, Scald, Knock, kind of stuff, Toxic, etc. Yeah, it depends on the preferences. As for Luthier, Zeraora is his form of speed control here. The rock could be on Blissey or Clefable. The other one of them probably going to have like Wish or some utility moves. Chandelure, I'm thinking could be Specs, but it could be a heavy-duty boot set with like Wisp, Pex, Substitute type of stuff. I'm not too sure, but yeah, again, there's a lot of stuff that could be found here. So let's get into the game. Let's not beat around the bush anymore. I'm going to let you guys know right now, this is a longer game. I'm going to try and not skip through any details, but I don't want to be talking over this game for an hour, so I'm definitely going to be focusing on the more important points of the game. I'm not going to skip out on details, though, I promise. So yeah, let's get into it right now. We're going to see Clefable right off the bat here against opposing Clefable from Luthier. He's going to go ahead and lead when he's going to get Rocks up, so that means it's Rocks Clefable for both players. I'm surprised that Pohjis didn't stand, but I think he was kind of scared of a trick variant, so scouting for that is smart. Going to Magearna. Anyway, we're going to see Thunder Wave here from Blissey as the Clefable eventually does get Rocks up. Yeah, that's smart. And now Pex comes in. Oh, no, it's a shiny Pex. That is the most ugly thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, get off my screen. We're going to have to see this for like 100 turns, guys. Anyway, we're seeing a knockoff here from one Pex on the other Pex. And now Luthier gets on out of the way. He might be Rocky Helmet given that he didn't take Fox out of his own. He's finally going to go for a trick here. He's going to trick the Sticky Barb onto the Pex. It's a really smart play there. So he was conservative with the trick at the beginning of the game. I think that really paid off because forcing these recovers means that eventually Pex is going to have a problem switching into Chandelure as he's using recovers so liberally. But Luthier does have to get his own Pex in repeatedly now because this is a Toxic Spikes variant of Toxic Specs for the Pohjis side. It is heavy duty boost Blissey though, as I mentioned before. Toxic Spikes Scald obviously does nothing to it. He goes for another Thunder Wave, but Clefable comes in now. Now Toxic Spikes comes in for Luthier, knowing okay, I'll look that up, no big deal. As the Pex comes back in for Pohjis as well. And now, obviously, Luthier's not going to go for a knockoff. He just goes to the Blissey here, trying to force that Sticky Barb damage repeatedly. And this is amazing because it's already forcing switches and recovers this early on in the game. And the Clefable being paralyzed means that a Hex variant of Chandelure could do really well. But we're not seeing it take advantage of that yet. We're just seeing Seismitosis here. as the Pex comes in against the Clef, and now we're going to see a double back to Blissey. So it looks like we're going through the same sequence for a little bit. I'm just going to turn on the fast just to go through the sequence. Yeah, I wish into the Tox Pex is smart, but it's still taking Sticky Barbie's turn. We're going to see Pex and Peck action for what seems like the 5th time in 17 turns. You know it's one of these games real quick. But there are some cool things in this game for sure. That Trick Clefable set really thriving in this metagame. Blissey is a Pokemon we don't see as a pivot particularly often, so that's interesting as well. And last but not least, Chandelure. I really want to see how that can do, as well as Gastrodon. Like, Gastrodon has not come in the game yet, nor has Chandelure, so we're kind of waiting here. I'm really kind of eager to see what this can do. We're just going to see a Moonblast here for a mere 13% into the Blissey, and we're seeing some Thunder Wave damage. Yeah, it's just no big deal here. Thunder Wave is going to miss there. Moonblast, yeah, it's just kind of going through the motions. I mean, we're not really at a progress-oriented sequence quite yet. They're just sort of feeling each other out, but Gastrodon finally comes in here now in Blissey, knowing that it's not going to be toxic with Thunder Wave. So now the Toxic comes in as a response to Gastrodon, knowing he doesn't want to use a Toxic, but he doesn't actually go for Toxic. Now we just see the same switches over and over again. So I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? He goes for Toxic, playing the Toxic, so it pretty much baits in the Blissey, or, well, I guess potentially the Clef, but you don't really want that being hexed quite yet. So yeah, now he goes back to Pex here, and Clef comes in, and it's just like, okay, when are we going to see some progress? You know, we're going through the motions, Finally, Gastrodon comes in here now. Yeah, I'm not going to like skip through a million turns here. This Pex reveals it's Toxic, which can come into play here, as it makes the Gastrodon want to get out of the way, and same with the Mandibuzz. I think that reveal of Toxic on Toxpex kind of cues me into the fact that it's definitely going to be a Hex version of Chandelure, be it Hex on specs like Dragapult uses, or just like a sub-Hex, or like a Hex heavy-duty boots kind of set. You know, I'm not sure yet, but I definitely think it's Hex. Anyway, we're seeing Seismitos is there. Another Seismitos there into the Gastrodon, so finally it's being forced to recovers, but Blissey on its own is using a lot of Seismitos PP. It's now down to only 28. That's not really only, but he gets to talk. Wait, yeah, he is. Oh my god, he's dual status. Wait a minute. That is so cool. It's a dual status Blissey from Luthier. So a lot of people are like, yo, let's use Blissey to get teleport out with heavy duty boots, but nah. Luthier has seen beyond that vision and threw dual status on it. So you get the Thunder Wave off on like the Clef trying to take the status, or the Pex trying to take the Toxic, you know. And later on, like, oh, it's cool, I'm safe with my ground type. No, he goes for Toxic. That's really amazing. And that synergizes so nicely with both Chandelure and Zeraora. This is a really cool team adaptation for Luthier here. And I definitely give major props to him and his Midwest teammates for coming up with that idea. With that said, though, Pohjis is playing a fine game here against the Earthquake there off in Blissey. And it does a nice 26%, so it's going to force a recovery here. But the Toxic is definitely going to wear him down. So he's got to be careful here. I don't know if he can necessarily make progress in this game. Thunder Wave here. The main thing is that he's going to have to get Magearna in to start chipping down the Blissey, but the Blissey is heavy-duty boots, and he doesn't really have a knock user to knock it off. So, run knock, kids. You know, don't forego knockoff on your teams. I guess that's my piece of advice. Anyway, we're seeing the Wish here in the Gastrodon, and yeah, but you look at the Clefable, it's already blown through 5 Wishes. We're only at turn 51 only. It's still 6-6. I know. But it's really interesting how the methodical kind of progress is being forced by Luthier here. He finally gets Magearna in, and it actually forces out the Blissey because it's scared to Trick, and Chandelure comes in, it reveals its heavy-duty boots. Okay, and it takes 49 from Volt Switch. Yeah, it's specs. Okay. Finally, Magearna comes in again, this time on the Clefable, and he goes for Volt Switch, just 58% to Pex. My oh my. That invites him to Dragapult, which comes in U-turns into the Clefable. Magearna comes right back in. We're seeing the same sequences on repeat. Finally, he goes for Trick into Blissey, and he gives it to Specs. This has been amazing, but Luthier's like, yo, this ain't happening. He goes to Zeraora on the Volt Switch, and then back to Blissey on the Flare Cannon. So both guys are making plays now. So we're going to move it back to normal. But it was like, wow. We see play after play after play. He goes knockoff here, but this Flare Cannon could take it out, but it only does 4. Oh, he's at -2. Never mind. And he's got some bulk on the Zeraora because of that. So that's interesting. Oh my god, seeing the animations go slower after you're going fast and she's like messing with my head, guys. Ooh boy. But anyway, I think it's really cool that we saw the Trick timing. He waited 2 full sequences to get a Trick off, and then he knew the Blissey was have to come in because he's pushing Luthier on his back foot. So he gets to Trick off on the Blissey, which is amazing. And then later on, we see Luthier calling the Volt Switch, going to Zeraora to force progress, and ultimately getting a knockoff on that Magearna. Now we're going to be in a bit of a scary sequence for Luthier, as Flare Cannon might Tuakio, and it does nail the Tuakio here after getting the roll. So that's really good for Pohjis, although it was Trick Specs, and now the Chandelure can come in safely finally. Mandibuzz is going to come in here now on a Pain Split. Okay, that's a bit interesting. I assume Chandler is not going to want to take a knockoff because it's heavy-duty boots. So knowing that, Pohjis forces to switch and get some roost off, which is smart. So both these guys are making some really great moves at this point. I think this is a really tense game, and I think Pohjis played that Magirna wonderfully. And I definitely think that Luthier is on the back foot now. Pex on Pex action does favor him, though, as Sticky Barb is equipped on the other Pex. Scald is going to get a bird, though. That's really good for the Pohjis side to kind of share some of the pain in this matchup. So Clefable now comes in here, and Clefable is kind of like the Pex sponge in every single matchup in this tier right now, which is kind of the reason for the passivity. Anyway, we're going to see Clefable here. Magirna comes in, and it comes in on a Moonblast, but it's going to receive a Wish at this point. However, since this trick, it might not be Flash Cannon, it might not be Aura Sphere, we have to wait and see. He goes after the drop here. Pohjis feels comfortable staying in and seeing his Flash Cannon, so he probably just goes for a Softball here, right? Yeah. And a Volt Switch came out, and it did crit, but it didn't do enough to negate the Softball recovery, of course, especially because Specs were not equipped, so Moonblast there, and the Pax isn't going to do much, but not all hope is lost for Luthier here. He just has to kind of force some things, and he should be fine, as this game hits the 75 turn mark, and we're already at the 11-minute mark in recording, so that's when you know shit's going down. Not really, though. This is still a 6-5 game. Yeah, we're seeing more Moonblast here as the Sticky Barb seems to accumulate in the Pax, which is now used 3 recovers, which I guess is noteworthy, although what's more important is the 6 wishes have been used. So Toxic Spikes go up here now as Toxic Spikes comes in now because of them wanting to soak them up. And yeah, another recover from the Toxic Spikes, so every recovery definitely does matter. Anyway, we see the Clefable here now on the Scald tier. Alright, we're probably going to go back to fast for a little bit, guys, but we're going to see Clefable here now in a Moonblast. It's interesting because it's paralyzed. It did 20% and it get a drop, but it's only doing like 15% net. And he soft close. Okay, but now the Chandelure in, it goes for Flamethrower. It does 32% on a full paralysis. Okay, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Hex here, 51% on a softball. Okay, this is doing a lot of damage, guys. You gotta be careful if your Pohjis here. He goes Mandibuzz on a Will-O-Wisp. Great play there from Luthier. What a phenomenal play as we bring back to normal. And all of a sudden, now there's some progress for the Chandelure as we finally revealed that it's a Rocky Helmet version of the Pex, and it does Rocky Helmet damage to Mandibuzz as it knocks it off. So it's kind of short progress there, I guess. We see Clefable come back in here, though, against the Sticky Barb Pex. Now Pex doubles himself back in. Okay, looking pretty good. We're going to pause for 1 second, guys. Just got to check something. My bad for that, but yeah, so at this point, we're still a little bit of a stalemate, but there's definitely signs of progress from Chandelure, and I guess, not really so much Zero Aura, but yeah, no, the Toxic's being worn out, so I definitely think Luthier's got to be persistent here, and he maybe could break through, but it's going to be tough, so let's keep it going. We see the Pex in here now, and he doubles the Chandelure on a Soft Boil. That's interesting forcing and recovery move there. Hex here on a full paralysis. Okay, that's definitely helpful for Luthier. Is he going to go and stay in? No, he goes Pex here. Is he going to Wisp? Predicting that? He just hexes. That does 32, though. That's a lot of damage, because now after Sticky Barb, it's going to be rough for the Pex, which is forced to go for a recovery move here. That's important, as now we're going to see it at only... It's still 11 recovery. That's still a lot. I'm not going to lie. And we see the Chandelure coming in every time on the paralyzed Clefable now. It's almost as if Luthier is taking a more proactive approach. He goes for Wisp here, though, and Pohjis sees right through that and goes for the Wish, but the Wish actually is another Wish PP down the drain. And yeah, the Mandibuzz healed itself up, but that's going to be coming in counter to the Clefable. Clefable's going to go for Moonblast in the other Clefable, and it gets a special attack drop, which is going to let the Chandelure come in even more safely than before. On a full paralysis as well. Hex is able to 2-KO from this range, potentially. He goes for the Hex, that's 50 on a soft boil. Okay, that's helpful for Pohjis, but he's still in very... Oh, he goes for Wisp here as this... Okay, that's kind of a moot turn. Over-prediction there from Luthier trying to catch the Pex. But honestly, I'd just go for Hex more. Although actually he only has 11 Hex left, he's got to be careful. Flame there's only 31, so that's not great. All of a sudden, I think Pohjis has the upper hand here. He goes Mandibuzz, though. Wait, how much is Flame going to do? Flame does 37. Okay, that can actually force a risk on its own. But Zero Aura comes in here now, and Zero Aura is going to have to predict the Gastrodon here somehow. Gastrodon comes in here now. What, can this 2-KO it? Knockoff does. Knock off the leftovers. It's not Sticky Hold. It is Storm Drain still. And it's Grass Knot. Oh my god, we'd never see Grass Knot Zero Aura anymore. Because Seismitoad is non-existent ever since we banned Dracovish to the Hellhole. Wow, that is a surprising turn of events. That is a game changer. Grass Knot Zero Aura, something that I never expected in this metagame. Luthier made the right play, and you cannot blame Pohjis for that whatsoever. So, yeah, all of a sudden, this Zero Aura looks so threatening. I can't help but feel that Luthier is in the driver's seat. I guess it's not Volt Switch then, so that kind of sucks. But speaking of Volt Switch, McGearna gets a crit Volt Switch there, which does specs damage to Chandelure now, and that lets the Dragapult in, but it does take Stealth Rock. Dragapult goes for Draco. It does 77%. The Mandibuzz, my oh my, that's so much damage. Another Draco into the Peck still does 40%, and this Dragapult is pushing shit around left and right, forcing switches, forcing recovery, etc. We're going to see double now to Zeraora on the Clef, but Luthier wants none of that as a fully paralyzed Clefable lets in the Chandelure and lets it Pain Split all the way up to 98%. Okay, he wishes here, so I assume we're going to see a Wisp predicting the switch, but no. Pohjis is like, none of that. He's going to Moonblast, he gets a drop. All of a sudden, Luthier's kind of forced to switch out here to his Clefable. On a wish, he's going to double the Chandelure here on the McGearna. Great play there from Luthier. Wow. That was really smart. McGearna does heal up for Pohjis, but a Flamethrower is going to do 82% here on the Volt Switch. I don't know about that for Pohjis. I don't love that play, but it does let the Dragapult come in and fire off another Draconian Assault here. As the Pex comes in here, and we die to Draco, but he goes for Hex, but it actually dies to Hex anyway. Wow. Great play there from Pohjis. That's kind of a catch-all play, because there's no way he's going to the weekend. Actually, Mandibuzz was... Yeah, Hex was perfect. We're going to see Plasma Fist here from Zeraora. Both these guys are very low in their timer. We're at the 120 turn mark as well. He now goes Pex, takes 54%, and then lets the McGearna go like, okay, I can't win this 1v1. And now Zeraora is in the driver's seat here. He doesn't want to risk this, though, as Luthier goes down to 5 seconds in this turn, which is just crazy. We see the Pex come in here now on the Moonblast. Okay. I wonder if it's going to go for a... he doesn't have Wish, never mind. Yeah, I was going to say Wish eventually, but yeah, I was like, oh, he revealed off a move. Never mind. Pex comes in here now on a Moonblast again. Just trying to chip it. He only has 11 Moonblasts left for what it's worth, but this only has 5 Wishes left, which is even more important. So the PP is actually starting to come into play. This is a bit of a war of attrition, guys. Really cool concept here. Another recovery there from Pex is Chandelure. I mean, Clefable finally comes in as just a Stealth Rock to throw away a turn there. Chandelure now comes in knowing he can Pain Split up, and a Soft Boiled is kind of a wasteful there from Pohjis, I feel. He goes for Hex in the Mandibuzz. I think Pain Split was better, but hey, to each their own. Now he goes Clef here. Oh, the knockoff. Is he going to trick the Boots away? That'd be amazing. No, he just goes Moonblast. That does the same thing, though. It does a lot of damage, basically. Roost here again. Is he going to try and trick the Boots away? No, he just goes Moonblast again. He's wasting Moonblast TP. I don't love this for Luthier at this point. Zeraora comes in now. This is burnt, so Foul Play can't kill, but also he's only revealed knockoffs this far. This is a Boot Zeraora, by the way. Plasma Fist now is going to do 55%. Are we going to see a knockoff that knocks off the Boots, but only does 17%, and this is still able to take 2 turns of rocks? So you're going to get a... Oh, what? Why would he go for knockoff? No! Was he predicting the Clefable? I think he just... Oh, whatever. Foul Play here is going to take it out, and that is huge. That was a really bad play from Luthier there. Plasma Fist was free. Well, on the bright side, the Mandibuzz is weakened, but now it's the Chandelure show. So he goes to Clef here. Okay. Moonblast into the Pex, and now Luthier is going to have to rely a lot on his Fable to make progress, and he also has to heal up the Mandibuzz so Hex doesn't get kills left and right. He can Roost on a full Para, maybe. Moonblast is there. He's going to have a couple more turns to Roost. Moonblast is doing over half, but here comes. No full Para. Is he going to get the full Para? No. Just 51, so it's still barely doing over half, so he can continue to do this. He's also stalling out the Moonblast PP, but he has actually less Roost. He gets the Para, thank God for Luthier. He's going for another here. Okay, that's actually a smart play. He needs to be able to take hits from the Dragapult. Okay, now he goes... What? Why is he going foul? On a Wish. Okay, I guess he's trying to say, okay, you can't Wish past as easily. Getting another Moonblast. He gets in the Chandelure here. Now I could go for... Wait, he doubles to Man... What? Does he want to get rocks off the... Oh, well, okay. That's actually really smart. As a Mandibuzz that was knocked. Okay, yeah. Now we're seeing a knock on the Clefable on a full process. All of a sudden, the tables are turning. I think Luthier actually might have the edge at this point. We're in a 3-on-3 game at this point. It's getting really tense. We're turn 150, guys. If you're still up at this point, then please stay. This is going to be a really tense endgame. We're seeing a Soft Boiled here on a Moonblast. Okay, but the Paralysis can come into play here. And also, this Clefable is very low on PP, whereas this one still has 7 Moonblasts, 10 Soft... Okay, and only 7. That's not great. But now, Chandelure comes in here. It's going to be able to barely stomach that Moonblast. He has to Pain Split now. And he stays in the Pain Split. He doesn't go to the... Pohjis stays in. He doesn't go to the Dragapult or anything. So that's going to let it heal all the way up. And now Hex is really threatening. All of a sudden, I feel like Pohjis is in the back foot here. As he goes Pex in the whisk, that is amazing for Luthier. Wait a minute. Is Hex able to take this out from 57? He doesn't want to risk the roll. Okay, he goes to the Clefable now. And the Clefable is going to be able to take the Scald here easily and potentially just spam Moonblast again. He goes Rocks and instead wants to waste PP through other means as the Pex goes for the recovery here. He only has 9 left. I don't know if that's going to come into play. Luthier is down to 5 seconds this turn, so he's really trying to think of ways to optimize this. He just goes for another Rock. There's no drawback in going for that play because it just wastes PP. He goes for it again. That invites in the Clefable, though. And now Chandelure comes in again as he knows that's what kind of it indicates here. And now Pex comes in on the Wish, so I hope he paint splits here. No, he just hexes to 60. Oh my god, 61%. That's amazing. He goes back to Chandelure here on the Clefable. Okay, great play there from Pohjis, predicting that, knowing that Luthier's been repeatedly going to Clef here. But now the Dragon Pull comes into the Moonblast. What a great play there from Luthier, calling that switch. Amazingly done. He had so few Moonblasts left. He only has 5 left. He goes for another. They're trying to get the full power, but soft boiled is a play there from Pohjis, and it looks as if Luthier is going to be able to ultimately win this game now. What an amazing game. This was a very drawn-out game. I'm really impressed by how this was played. We see a pain split now here onto the soft boiled. Okay. Flamethrower here. Yup. Moonblast. And yeah, I don't see a way out for Pohjis against this. Now, he's not even risking the Hex PP, as he only has, 9 of it in case we see like repeated recovery. But yeah, no, he just needed one more power there, and now he just goes for Hex to win the game. And that's going to be that. So Luthier is going to upset Pohjis, a Smogon Tour finalist. It's a fantastic all-around player, and emerge victorious for his first win in the World Cup of Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and be sure to check out Luthier on YouTube, guys. His channel, he actually has some really sick stuff going on. So yeah, but that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this bit of a marathon game. It must have been a bit over 20 minutes, but yeah, let me know what you think of Chandelure, and be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Peace out.